Whew. About the sequence of events.
Of course, the lantern fell to the ground after the incantation of Ignace. Sploosh.
I'm sure Snowy is why. I made certain to keep my eyes peeled on that milk bucket after all.
Besides, how can you be sure the lantern fell just because there's a little mud on it?
These eyes do not lie. I saw the lantern in the accused's hand when the incantation was uttered. Figures. Their testimonies are all over the place now. These 4 testimonies, they are most interesting. The witnesses all saw the same thing, and yet people's memories are evidently quite fickle. They can never be a truly reliable source.
Well then, Professor, with enough poking and prodding, I bet we can really cause their testimonies to crumble.
Of course, we need to exploit their fickle memories to turn this thing around.
We got this, Nick. We'll press them so hard they won't even remember what they had for breakfast.
I can't even remember what I had for breakfast. You had bread. You work at the bakery, you idiot. Now, Sir Baker, you may begin your interrogation. Oh, boy. Whew. Alright, let's press him about it falling.
Hold it!
The lantern fell after the incantation. Are you positive about that?
I say I'm positively positive that I am positive. I heard her voice and then sploosh.
That sploosh. Was that the sound of the lantern hitting the ground?
Indeed, but of course, do you see?
But if you look at the lantern, you notice that the glass is shattered. You specifically said you heard a sploosh. Shouldn't you have heard the sound of the glass shattering when it hit the ground?
The sound of glass shattering? No, I'm afraid I failed to catch your drift. I was present in an area a bit farther away from the crime scene, you see. I have no recollection of hearing such a sound.
No recollection.
Precisely so. You know I can easily hear a dog barking across town. Do not underestimate my hearing.
It wasn't. Relax, Grandpa. There's nothing of interest in this testimony. Will the witness with the goat please proceed with her testimony? Oh, alright. You mean us? You startled us.
Hold it!
But earlier you stated that Miss Cantabella had the lantern hanging from her wrist. Well, not quite. We didn't say for certain. We only believed it was on her wrist. Believed? Yes, precisely. You know how you sniff milk when you're not quite sure if it's gone bad? And then your nose is assaulted by that foul odor that you weren't expecting? Well, it's a bit like that.
Heed my words, madam. Do not make a habit of stealing for your own safety.
Oh, we said we're sorry, please. It was all Snowy's fault. Oh, brother. Anyway, we can confidently say that we both saw the milk bucket, right, Precious? And as for the lantern falling, we don't know much about that, do we, Snookums? Okay. Besides, how can you be sure the lantern fell because it has a little mud on it?
Hold it!
What do you mean? Well, maybe the mud was already on the lantern before any of this happened. Did you ever think that? Before any of this happened? Like, maybe it's been there since last week. It did rain last week too, after all. And if that's the case, then there really isn't any point arguing about whether or not she dropped the lantern, right? Indeed. What say you, Defender? I say take a closer look at the lantern. You'll notice there's mud on the glass. Mud on the glass? The lantern wouldn't be very useful with all the mud blocking out the light. Miss Kira? Ha! I'd say your little theory regarding the lantern is muddy at best. Wah! I can point at witnesses till the cows come home. But that wouldn't turn his testimony into anything I can use. I've got to find a lead somewhere. These eyes do not lie. I saw the lantern in the accused's hand when the incantation was uttered.
Hold it!
This is important. Are you sure you really saw that lantern? Sure, but a petty baker, are you not? It's not your place to be telling me what is important. There's but one thing of importance. Ridding this town of its witches as quickly as possible.
Objection!
Hardly. I say this is far more important. What? We're trying to find out the truth here. Oh, sir. That girl is a witch, I say, a witch. I would stake my entrance into the Knights of the Inquisition on it. Listen well, whelp. Yes, Sir Barnum. Many young men within the ranks of the knighthood share your level of passion. However, you let your ambition completely blind you, the same way that a muddy lantern leaves one blind and helpless in the dark. Whoa? This guy. Yes, indeed. I would say he's quite the tough motivator. What do you think, Nick? Did you notice anything fishy? Possibly. I think there may be something I can use. There's definitely something out of place about that one witness's testimony. But it was something I haven't noticed from any of the other witnesses so far. It appears we may have found something, Mr. Wright. A 4-witness cross-examination is something I've never done before. But then, maybe there's another way I should be tackling this. I believe it is worth using that intuition, Mr. Wright. Okay, got it. Let me try pressing that old man one more time. Again.
Hold it!
If you look at the lantern, you notice the glass is shattered. You surely said you heard a sploosh. Shouldn't you have heard the sound of the glass shattering? What is that? All of a sudden, the woman next to him does something. I don't know what to do about that. I don't get it.
Hold it!
Whoa! There it is, right there. I know I heard something strange. Huh, but old Graybird didn't say anything weird. Why, it's not the old guy that said something weird. It's the person next to him. Next to him? Oh, here, look, Professor, the goat lady. She looks really deep in thought. It would seem. She has noticed something odd in this elderly gentleman's testimony. Ah. That's right, these cross-examinations have 4 witnesses. Hey, Nick, it looks like we're not the only ones paying attention to these testimonies. You're right, which means they're all listening to each other's testimonies. Correct, Mr. Wright. Each witness is fully aware of themselves and their own actions when in the middle of their own testimonies. However, it is while listening to the testimonies of others that the witnesses may sometimes reveal the most valuable information. I see, it's habitual. They can tell they're doing it, but they can't tell they're doing it, but I can. Blah. I'm gonna use it to turn the tide back in our favor. In fact, I do believe I may have spotted our first opening in which to test this new technique. Mr. Wright, can I draw your attention to the touch screen? The touch screen? By sliding the magnifying glass during a witness testimony will allow you to shift your focus to other witnesses. Ah! The important thing here is the witness's mid-testimony. It's the other 3 witnesses listening. It's just a matter of catching them off guard and questioning them. What are you waiting for, Nick? Give it a shot. How about we try questioning the goat lady? I thought it was the goat lady. Alright, we have to slide a magnifying glass over to the goat lady. Ugh, okay.